Yeah.
My foot.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday.
Hope you all had a great whatever you did. Let's go around the horn. Marlena, hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Give me a segue. What's life like? How you been?
I went out.
You went out?
Yes.
Like
actually,
OUT?
for clubs. I was living
Oh,
my
girl.
life. Yeah.
Girl.
I went out on Friday with one of my friends, and then Saturday was eventful. I had a baby shower for my cousin,
Okay.
and then my other cousin was like, "Hey, what are you doing today? You want to go out?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." So we went out to the clubs. We went to the Ivy downtown
Nice.
I've never been there myself.
On what day?
on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on Saturday.
I work at dive bar occasionally.
Really?
Saturday and Friday. Yeah,
I should have went. I usually go there
yeah.
on.
Is Dive Bar like associated with Ivy?
It's literally right above it. Dive bar is a
Oh.
basement bar.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah.
Dope.
Sure. It's really gross.
It's
I've never. Listen,
Yeah.
I've never been there. I've heard of
It's
it.
like a college bar, but it happens
Is
to
it,
be
yeah, isn't it
downtown.
for Case Western kids go there all the time?
Case, yeah, we get a lot of Case and John Carroll.
Mhm.
Is,
Yes. Well, I'm glad you had a fun time.
I sure did.
Julie.
So I bartended on Friday. I had a mitzvah on Saturday, which the email, I'm not totally sure what. Remember who you?
Someone just said that you did a great thing on the fly.
Okay.
Like, and it had something to do with the intro.
Yeah. So they didn't have any songs picked out.
Okay.
But I don't feel like I did too much. Sparky was just like, try to get like some pumped up songs, and then he was like, maybe this and this. So I just like pulled this up quickly and this one.
I mean,
I'll take it.
Yeah, take it. Whatever. I mean, that surprises me that they didn't have any song choices when he like knew jump around words.
Dude, I took a video.
Are they from Wisconsin? Like legit, the jump around is a thing from Wisconsin.
I don't know.
We'll watch it after the meeting here for
absolutely.
sure. But from all accounts, it sounds like things were dope and that photo was lit.
No, it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Photo was super lit. Yeah.
Mm. And I think Johnny is the same for your event too.
Absolutely.
I don't know why when you say that, which is like really funny to me. It's like, oh yeah, absolutely. Like I couldn't read the subtext exactly right.
Our mitzvah was really cool. I really enjoyed that mitzvah.
If y'all didn't know, it had like massive LED wall as a backdrop for the stage. So instead of pipe and drape, it was like LED wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like live feed all night.
It's what's known as a PTZ camera. So it's a camera that sets up and like it can like put the channels anywhere, and it's like the.
My only complaint is I was sandwiched really closely
You
to
were-
that
yeah,
food table
yeah.
and then front of house, so like I had an escape where I could hide during formalities, which was cool. But then I don't know.
No, and
It
that
just seemed
it was a little
inconvenient.
weird because it was in the kids area, which makes sense, but it was kind of tough to get there. Plus, it was right by all the production stuff. But in the end, it was a highly decorated event, which it's also with one of my favorite people, Party 411. So I kind of get it, but yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. But that's just a situation we can't control,
which I mean, making best. It worked fine. It worked great.
Exactly. Like
We did go over the whole. I forget his name. I think it's Ryan. Told me that he would prefer to see the spandex for the cases, which is something I've agreed with. But normally the venue gives us a table.
Yep.
There was no space on either of the tables, and there's no space for the table, so I used the case. But the pipe and drape, I used some of our pipe and drape for it, and it was weird. It was funky.
we can talk about it. I think there's also better solutions than even just that, but we'll save that for definitely after the meeting.
Sure.
There's some context under there too that we'll talk about. My weekend was kind of intense. I closed my show out. On Friday we had 2 strokes, which was insanity during the show. Like we had to call a show stop. It was scary.
Oh my god.
But they were okay. We sent them flowers. Everything was good. Then we had our dancer jam. Johnny was a madman at the dancer jam. Should have seen him. It's pretty dope.
At first, I felt like I wasn't supposed to be there because they were all like, "Why is a photo guy here?" And
Come
I adapted very well.
Well, you're scheduled to dance later on this year, so
Let's go. I love dancing, even though I'm not like the best at it. It's all about the energy.
Whatever.
It's
It
your
is the
confidence.
energy, yeah.
If you have confidence,
You don't have to be a good dancer to be a good party
it's
motivator.
relatable. That's what one of my words was, relatable. Like even if it's basic and I'm not the best at dancing, as long as I'm confident about it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you
I'll
want to
take
know
it.
what we're talking about, there's a video that is being shared online soon of
Yeah.
that captured the entire dancer jam.
Oh,
Didn't
seriously.
see you done.
Yeah.
Break-
And then
break it
afterwards, I then ate it. Like,
oh no.
I got, it was like after the dance and I was tired. I went to my Sunday thing. Then I came back home and I just like buffed it on the stairs, like, and it was outside. But you know what? It's fine. We're good. We're just a little sore today.
Yeah.
Let's go over some recap from last week. It seems like all photo went well. It was just the two, and all counting. Elena, it went fine with Elena, and then obviously Johnny, you were there. Spandex thing we can talk about. I think there might be some other solutions that might be worthy of execution, and we'll figure that out in a bit. This coming weekend, there's two as well, right?
No.
How many is there for this
There's
week?
just the one.
Just the one with Mario?
wedding. Yep.
Cool. Let's make sure we send out the light and the sharing station. There's no real reason for us not to be sending the sharing station. The light, so we can send the one because we know we bought the one, so definitely send one out. I dropped off all the other ones that were in the 360 booth from last Monday because there was a bunch of just junk in there. I'm like, I just took it out because there's no reason. I'm gonna borrow a green screen now myself, so if we're ever short on a green screen, just let me know, and I will bring it back. But I'm gonna borrow it for my place. I got someone doing over there for stuff. But that brings to another point, which is an E component. Johnny had a chance to try it out, but ladies, I'd like for you to try it out at some point. There's a game called QR Quest over at 7-8. I'm trying to iterate it as much as possible and figure out what the right thing is, because I think we need to start adding passive entertainment to our mitzvah product. So, for example, in a schedule, we got our games for the hour during the cocktail hour, then we have the grand entrance, then parents get like the guests, like the guests of honor, like, thanks for coming, everyone, mazel, l'chaim, kind of thing. And then it's dinner, and the kids eat dinner in about like 10 minutes, and then they're like, "Wah!" and the parents are like, do something with them then. I think if we add a passive entertainment element, that will help out, which might include like a photo hunt bingo, QR Quest, which is what I'm making right now, something in that vein. So I'm kind of trying to play with some stuff right now so we can add that. And it also might mean that we're going to start adding mitzvah boxes to our accountability. So that means every mitzvah gets sent out with a crate full of games and passive entertainment and stuff. MC makes their choice of what they want, but include things for like Minute to Win It and all that. So we might be adding some additional stock stuff. It shouldn't be that bad of an add-on to us, but I think it'll be something that I think both DJs and MCs will appreciate, along with party motivators, to try and enhance our product more. So that's a goal of mine that I would really like to reach, and it doesn't take more than us pressing go, going to the container store, buying a bunch of stuff, and going week. And you also saw that we had containers for the novelties handoff. We're gonna probably buy about 4
That
of
was really
those.
cool.
Yeah, so and that will also go in there. So it's like, here, all stuff, you do stuff things. Also, we're adding a position known as lead dancer to all mitzvahs. So it will be a person that will be accountable for the entire dancer team. They will extra stipend, and then it helps kind of push pressure off of DJs and MCs. So like the MC really has to interface with the client, the vendor, but then having also have accountability for the dancers is a little tough. So one person doing that. Just some things as the prep team knowing, and future people that'll be watching that too. What else is on my things to say out loud? There is a job posting on RTH Central now for the entertainment coordinator position. This is a estimated $42,000 to $50,000 a year job, yielding about 32 hours with me for a given week, and then also show pay. If you know anyone that wants to take it, or you want to apply yourself, please feel free to do so on RTH Central. It's open to both internally and externally. It is a pretty much a full-time position. It kind of depends on little factors in between, but it is a good way, especially coming out of like say college time, way to bolster the bank account as you're trying to make your transition and figure out things. So
Thank you for speaking to me. Speaking to my soul right now.
there it is. Let's couple things that were brought up in meetings, things that we need to kind of address here. Booth transfer procedure. I know I dropped it into the dispatch sheet, but I got some clarification from Ben, our head of production. So a good example was the 360 booth last week. It didn't get to the event at Lander Haven. The reason for that is because there was a translation miss. We make the calls, and we're scanning everything out in Flex, correct? Everything's being scanned out. Awesome. So there is a situation where we need to make sure we're on top of the transfer movements in two places. One is in flex notes on the actual product. So like for each of the shows, when we flex it out, you know how there's sometimes notes in that note box saying like 360 booth going from this event on this day or coming from this event on that day. It helps with other people that are seeing in the shop, and the other place is the dispatch sheet. I don't think anyone here has access to the dispatch sheet, is that correct? So that might be a me thing you need to talk to me about unless I'm able to get someone access to the dispatch sheet, but we also will put it in the notes there. Now this is kind of new, so it's not like we've been doing anything wrong, but it's because not everyone in the shop sees or functions with both. So we are going to do both so that the translation happens and we don't have it like say get lost on Saturday, then on a Monday morning it's like, does that make sense? For now, I think the translation will be when we flex out something that we know is going from one show to another, especially when we start to get to April, May, and June, which become very busy. We just make sure we put it in the notes and flex, and then depending on, we'll get updates down the week in the notes section for the dispatch sheet, which is where like all the driver stuff is. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something reasonable for us? Any challenges or things we foresee it being? Great. We're going to need someone to check the photo department email constantly. Has anyone actually checked the photo department email recently?
I only check it on Mondays when I come in. Like I think we checked it today, because we always check it to see if there's photos from John.
Is it your email or the photo
The
department?
photo, the one downstairs.
Cool. I would like someone to.
I mean, I can add it to my phone and check it off.
Yeah, and anyone can really do that. The reason being, particularly, is SSE, and Ben also uses it as well. There was like, remember that scrapbook thing that happened recently? He sent an email to the photo department, but no one received it, so I only learned about it a week after. So we just need someone to check that email consistently. My gut was Mylena to do it because you're also on computer with that. Johnny, I know you're doing inventory, you're doing the boot like a lot of booth setting up, and I thought
I'll
that
log in on my phone to make it easier.
I thought maybe that might be because it kind of connects with the other thing. If you're okay, just kind of staying on top of that. Awesome.
I check my emails like every day, so that's nothing.
It's just another thing on the mail.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I appreciate it, Johnny, but I also think that you're going to probably be doing other focuses as well on some of the other things, like the boxes that I'll see end up kind of going around in your space, and then some other things too. So, I appreciate your go-getterness, but yeah. Last week, do we know what happened with the John photo email? Did anyone see the email that John said, hey, we need this one and this one?
No.
Huh. That's probably connected to that us checking the photo email.
Yeah, I'm gonna say probably not. I might have gotten it, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember seeing.
Was it SSE and then the one I was on?
It was BIS and the one that you were on, yeah.
I think I neglected that one. That's my
It's
bad.
okay. I got to him a little bit late because my life was a little bit busy, but we also have to send it back to him because when you got the USB, he was out of office, so we got to bring that back to him, which now has the BIS in your event from 2 weekends ago.
Heard.
So I don't know what's gonna be missing in this one. Why don't you just upload both of the two photos and then just bring it over to him, drop it down it, so tomorrow when he's in the thing, he can send out all the stuff.
Cool.
Yep. And then I said already, let's send out the sharing station whenever possible. Just send it. I don't much mind. Like we sent the video, it's not that hard to put together, and it's gonna make ourselves look better. So let's just start sending it. Those cloths should also be in our rotation of cleaning drapery and other stuff too. So if we're not doing that, like say once a month or something like that, let's make sure we're doing that because it can get a little dirty. And then also light panels as well. That's what I have there. Let's open up to everybody here. Does anyone have any thoughts, comments, ideas? Julie, you're doing the first music upload next week?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll be here Monday.
Love it. And what I'll do is I'll try to see if I can make sure that it's very clear. Let's have all of our DJ computers set like over there to Andrew, so he knows going to Monday. I imagine Monday afternoon probably you'll do it.
Maybe Monday morning.
Maybe Monday morning.
Yeah.
It might be less likely that you get all computers Monday morning
Okay.
because of and just on a consistent flow.
Yeah.
Like let's say a Monday morning on a 15 show weekend,
Mm-hmm.
less
Right.
likely.
Right.
So just some thoughts about your own. Like I don't think there's an answer right
I
now.
appreciate it. Yeah, I got you.
Cool. Anything else for anybody?
The booth, the infinite booth from last week.
Yeah, the one that's like Frankenstein right now.
It is no
So,
longer a printing sign.
I took it apart today.
Fun.
Traced the cords all the way back to the easiest plug-in in the world. The flash was not plugged in. That's why it wasn't working.
I had a feeling that's what
So-
it was when I went there and I investigated and I saw that one had 2 cords in it and one had 1 cord in
So
it.
the
So I'm glad we
issue,
found
so the issue is that, and, but in that process, we replaced the hot shoe, so now both flashes work.
Huzzah.
But in that process, the LED strip, when I took the thing down halfway through, ripped the LED light strips, so now the LEDs are not in the front top half. So now
Oh,
I
fun.
feel it is my responsibility to replace the LED.
Well, I mean, you don't have to pay for it. I'll pay for it.
No. I just mean like I'll replace it for sure.
Do
but
you feel like you have the
Fix it.
skills and ability to get the LED strip back in?
you have to take the whole like panel thing off?
We have to
like,
get a whole
it's-
new LED strip.
Yeah.
But
It
do
should
you
be
do you
easy.
feel like that? You feel like it's reasonable?
I do feel like it's reasonable.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
don't
Here's-
even
here's
have
my-
to do that, though.
Here's my comp. What?
Because, like I said, my dad, he's fixed my LED strips before, and there's been like a misconnection somewhere, so you can always probably fix that so that it's not doing that. So you don't have to buy a whole new one.
Fair.
In the
I don't know how to
YouTube-
do all that.
YouTube exists,
Yeah,
so
YouTube is
YouTube really just, that's
YouTube
where my
is
dad
great.
did it.
Yep.
Where he learns how to.
Either way, we gotta
Yeah.
fix the light strip because Johnny
Indeed.
broke it.
Uh,
he broke it really hard.
Here's my compromise for you. You ready? I'll get you a new LED strip, or you can choose or whatever. I'm gonna buy some LED strip and
Okay.
send it here, and then I'm gonna give you another project, which is put LED strips on the perimeter of the 360 booth, and then use it to
Ooh.
connect to the phone, so we can control it through the phone.
The LED strip to the phone.
Then you'd have to get the specific one to connect.
Well, you can use any one. Like mine's, you use Philip Hughes. I got some El Cheapos in my place, but we would just have the phone that's the 360 phone that's connected to the strip. So we'd have to probably think about how we're gonna do a power run with the actual power cord, but then we can plug those in together. Maybe maybe put a splitter. Ask like the boys maybe in the shop if there's like another way to like we're gonna have an LED strip around there, and then we want it to fuse with this one that's going in here. Any thoughts? I talked to them about that, but that's my compromise. You broke those LED strips. It's gonna motivate us to see if we can make something cool on there.
Yeah.
Because I think
You're welcome.
I think it'd be dope if we had some lights around there, and that we can like kind of alter it as we feel like as we go through the day.
Cool. Even though I like the lightsabers a lot.
The what?
Yeah.
I like the lightsabers a lot. but
Oh, no, we'll
that's
still have
actually a good
those.
idea. Oh, nice.
But it,
I'm not saying we're gonna cut that out, and I'm just
Nice,
saying
nice.
we're gonna add
it
more.
spices it up a bit.
We're gonna add more booths because we're starting to get to the point where we're gonna send it back out again to clients that had it last year.
Yeah.
So let's add a little something to it.
Little pizzazz.
A little exactly. Thank you. Pizzazz. And yeah, I miss my Pizzazz pizza oven. Y'all remember Pizzazz pizza oven? It's dope. It's just like it's open air and it spins, so it cooks. So it's like an open air. Google it. It's something. All right. Let's wrap it up. Thanks everybody.
Like gas station pizza.
Better.